Alright, here we go with an unboxing of the new Assassin's box game here. It's the Execution Force Assassinorum, or whatever you're going to call that. So, Games Workshop making up titles again. It's a pretty heavy box. It's your standard sort of size and thickness, but it's quite heavy considering there's not that many miniatures, but obviously it has to do with all of the game tiles in there. So we have our 4 assassins shown here on the outside. It looks like they're on 32mm bases, but we'll see for sure. And we've got our Chaos Forces in there. So let's open up this box and see what it looks like. Okay, so our usual sort of looking at things here. So we have a copyright 2014, even though this came out in 2015. So that's shows you partially how long these things take to develop. It's unclear whether or not this has been sitting on GW's sort of to release list or what, but it's also manufactured in the UK. So that's interesting because some of these games are done in China, like Space Hulk was. So let's see what we have inside here. So the box is a bit heavier than your usual box, which is nice. So heavier gauge than the Hobbit box, which is your usual, flimsy sort of thing. But this one here is a bit heavier. So we have our typical Chaos Cultist sprue here. These are the same ones that you can get, the push fit type. It's sort of an upgrade sprue from the 40K box set. You can buy these on their own as it is. So you have 1, 2, 3 of those. So they come with 3 auto guns and 2 auto pistols on each. So if you collect Chaos, you've already seen those. So nothing really to see there. Then we have our Chaos Terminator champion here. Let me go with a white background again. Okay, so this is our standard box, our standard sprue. So it can be made into a Chaos Sorcerer or a Terminator champion. Obviously in this one it's going to be the champion. So this is just your standard sprue, no surprise there either. And then we also have our Chaos Marines. And this is your standard push fit sprue that you can get to help bulk up your army. So no surprise there. They do have the slaughter base bottom. So let's see what kind of bases they supplied with those. Okay, so here's all of our bases. So we have a 40mm base, some 32mm bases, and a whole bunch of 25mm. So let's just see what they're going to be suggesting. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. So 7 32mm bases. So obviously the Chaos Space Marines going to 32. Then we have a whole lot of 25mm and then 140. So that's for the Chaos Sorcerer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have a closed one here for the Familiar. And 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 16 slaughter bases, 1 closed one, so that's 17, unless I miscounted those, and a 40mm for the Lord. Alright, and then the main thing is our sprue. So let's zoom in, get that fully framed. And of course I'll put a picture of these up on my blog. So here's the I'm going to get the names probably wrong without looking at the sheets. So I think this is the Calidus Assassin. It's got the sniper rifle. I've seen these ones assembled in different ways. You don't have to put this piece behind him. I know some people don't like that scenery. But yeah, so he can stand alone. So he doesn't come with any options. You just have our head, pistol, arm, and the other arm, and the body is one piece there. Okay. Next one we have is the sort of anti-psyker guy. So he's got this crazy helmet sort of thing. Interesting to note, he does have 2 faces on there. So you can do 2 different options for the face, although you can hardly see any of it, so not a big deal there. But very small sprue, not a lot of things on there. Single pose, obviously. And the other thing to notice that this is not a starter kit, so these are not push fit. So it'll be interesting to see if GW releases these on their own in the future. Then the female assassin. An interesting thing, the store I got this at, they had converted these to show them as wires. So they took those out. So maybe those are flimsy, I'm not sure. We'll have to see when I assemble. So that'll be a separate video showing the assembly of these guys. So pretty cool looking model there. And then the final one. So this is sort of the close combat guy jumping off this piece of scenery, which is really cool and dynamic. So no options for any of these ones. So one thing I did notice on the GW Sprue picks, yeah, so this one here, copyright 2014. So this was done in sometime in that period. This one here, 2014 as well. And then this guy is 2014. And this one is 2013. So this one obviously was in the queue a bit longer. Wonder what the story is there. I doubt we'll ever find out, but always kind of curious about that. Okay, so we have a pack of dice here. Got 8 dice. We got a deck of event cards. So I think that's part of the playing of this is kind of a random thing. It's you against sort of the forces of evil, and then the rest of the box. Oh, that's nice. We've got a Ziploc bag. I think that might fit our event cards and maybe the dice as well. Zoom out a touch here. Oops, other way. Okay, and so here's the rest of the box. It's all these tiles. So this is the heavy part of the box. Let's get things out of the way and take a look at that. Okay, so shrink wrapped here, and of course I'm having a hard time getting it open. If I have anything, I can just go grab a knife. Alright, so let's see here. It looks like we have a black and white booklet, some big thick tiles. So these are quite thick. You can see them, they're going to be nice and heavy duty. So here's our booklet showing all of our forces that come in here. So all of our chaos. Yeah, it's showing the Space Marines on the 32mm base, even though they have little slots on them, the bases themselves don't. And the assassins are on 32mm bases as well. So this is just our assembly instructions for all of the bits there. So they show you clipping off the foot tabs. There's our Chaos Sorcerer, and you can actually do it as a Chaos Lord. So it tells you, you can do it as a Terminator Lord instead of the Lord Drask, and it says the guy is not compatible with the game. So that's good to note. And there's a little familiar, which is our turn counter. Okay, then here's our main rule book. So nice glossy pages, kind of like the White Dwarf Weekly, maybe a little heavier paper than that, and showing us all of our rules. So quite a nice look to it. Feels like they gave it some effort. And actually, yeah, the rules have a copyright of 2015, so that's interesting. There we are. There's our forces, and how many pages is this? Hard to say. Not quite sure. Anyways, there's the rule book, maybe about the same thickness as a White Dwarf. Here we are, our room cards. This is 2 actually. There we are. So there's 2 of those. I'm not sure. These are both different. So you have a bunch of rooms here. I think these give different rules for the rooms. And then we have our large tiles. So there's 4 of these. So one of them is the main chamber for the Chaos Lord, or the Sorcerer. And then there's these tiles here. I'm not quite sure how they're going to lay out, but I'm sure the rules will tell me all about that. Looks like they kind of go together like this, and we have nice big tiles that are going to be perfect size for 32mm bases. Anyways, there's the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be sure to do an assembly video for the Assassins. I don't think I'll need to do one for the Terminators or the Chaos guys, but yeah, really cool looking box. Kind of expensive, but if you're looking at it for the value in the Assassins you know, versus buying them separately, then I guess it's okay. But as with all GW stuff, it's kind of whatever its value is to you, and you got to make that decision. But really nice effort here, and it looks like it'll be a fun game to play. See you next time.